This is Nova Academy, and we're talking today with Arunachalam, an 11th grade student with a foundation in computer programming, problem solving, and data analysis. Nice to meet you, Arunachalam. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Aaron. I'm an 11th grader from Dublin High School in Dublin, California. And I believe that life is an incredible journey filled with opportunities for growth, learning, and connection. As someone who's passionate about computer science, I find joy in exploring the numerous languages, including Java, Python, CSS, HTML, and the list goes on. My goal is that at one point in my life, I can learn all these languages.
It's amazing. It certainly is like learning many, many different languages. And it's totally an area I'm not familiar with. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. But first, I was super interested because I went through your resume and noticed right away how many extracurricular activities you're involved in. Not just coding and programming, but one that stood out to me was your founding of the chess club at your school. What sparked your interest in chess club?
Yeah, so initially in around third or second grade, my dad initiated this passion as well. I didn't really find joy in doing other activities like drawing or reading. And so when my dad brought up this idea of chess, I found out a passion I never knew I had. And I wanted to share my passion with others because as started to play more and more chess, my problem solving and my patience for the game started improving, and I wanted to share this with other people at my school.
That's wonderful. Tell me about the process of starting a club. Were there any challenges you had to overcome?
Yeah, so initially at our school, we have a requirement to have an advisor for our club, and these advisors were only staff, which included teachers. And so the first year I started the chess club, it was really hard because every teacher I asked already was an advisor for a club. But
Mm.
fortunately, I managed to find a teacher. But during the middle of the school year, this teacher got fired from her school. So I kind of struggled through that year because I there were no teachers I could go to, and I couldn't resume the chess club because there were no teachers, and we aren't allowed to resume any clubs without a teacher. But fortunately, the second year, I was able to find another teacher and continue my chess club.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm happy to hear that was something that you kind of jumped over in terms of a speed bump and you were able to keep going with your club. And how many members are a part of that club now?
Currently, there are 22 members.
That's amazing. Wow, that's so cool. I'm happy to hear that. And it was clearly a very big success. So awesome.
Thank you.
In addition to chess, you're also a member of the DECA and the math clubs. For those who aren't familiar, DECA is a student organization in the pursuit of business, entrepreneurship, and marketing. What brought you to these clubs?
So, initially when I entered high school, like every other high school student, I didn't know exactly which major or degree I wanted to get in college. And so to kind of scout out like the different passions I have, I joined numerous clubs and the DECA club being one of them. And over the progression of the year, I kind of lean more on computer science rather than the business side. And that's why I chose DECA.
Fantastic. Nice. Now, you were also involved in the CSU East Bay Tech event, where you built a robot that had retrieval and communication capabilities. So tell me a little bit more about robotics and perhaps what led you into this pursuit as well.
Yeah, so this robot was connected to an app we call MIT App Inventor. And my role during this event was to try and attract kids around the age of middle school and elementary school and to try and help them find their passions as well. And we did this by also creating numerous apps in MIT App Inventor and making games which the kids could play.
Wow, that's amazing. Very cool. So in addition to these interests in science and technology, you're also an accomplished coder, as you mentioned earlier, and musician. Tell me a bit about these two aspects in your current resume, because I noticed that you had some certifications.
Yeah, so currently I have a Python certification in Certiport, and I'm currently working on my Java certification. Although I am a bit slow in terms of coding, I do tend to um, try and go through whatever I can because I got the skills I needed for determination and passion from chess, and it kind of transferred on coding. Whereas music, I've been playing the guitar for around 10 years and the piano for three. And I currently have uh, three ABRSM certifications, which show my distinction in the guitar.
Wow, that's amazing. Out of curiosity, what brought you to guitar?
So this is what my parents told me. I don't exactly remember, but
Okay.
usually during the car ride home, I would start using an imaginary guitar and start strumming. And
Wow.
so my parents actually found this amusing and they enrolled me into guitar class, and uh I sort of found a passion for guitar there as well.
I guess they had a suspicion you'd take naturally to it based on that.
Yeah.
So wow, super cool. Very nice. So with all that being said, in addition to these pursuits, these activities and extracurriculars that you're involved in, you're also a high honors student with a 4.07 GPA. So how do you manage to juggle all of these activities and achievements on top of your schoolwork?
So I tend to be an extremely optimistic person. So on the days where I have a ton of work, I try not to stress too much about it, or else the entire thing falls apart. Because this hasn't happened to me personally, but some of the other people I know have worsened their grades and extracurriculars by thinking too much about them.
Yeah, that certainly makes a lot of sense. And sometimes it's really good to, become a master time manager for
Right.
yourself. And yeah. All right. So you're clearly a driven student. You're going to have many different goals and aspirations, I imagine. But where do you think your next big goal is in terms of maybe this year or the next year to come?
Yeah, so currently I'm doing admissions for my summer programs. And the one I'm trying to really get into is the UCLA engineering program. It's a really competitive school, so I have to really try my best and really focus on my essays I make for the school.
Fantastic. Very nice. Well, best of luck in that. I'm sure that they're going to get your application and think very highly of you, though. So, so where do you think your ambitions will take you even beyond your summer programs, perhaps even in the next 5 years or college and beyond?
So right now, as per dream colleges, I'm trying to get into UCLA for their um great computer science program. But as any person, of course, passions could always change. But right now, I'm really strong in computer science and wish to do so in the future.
Fantastic. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you today. I really enjoyed learning more about you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on your achievements and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Take care. Have a good night.
You too.